Clinton he's an idiot. I'm okay. I'm okay with saying that. He's an idiot. Palestinians have been around forever in the region. And whether we were the Canaanites, the Phoenicians, we have been in the region. We have always
Yeah.
been in the region. And this is just Zionist rhetoric that, that people spew all the time to say we're not legitimate in the region. And we are. We are very much are. It is the people from Poland and Russia that are not native to this region that are trying to claim to be. And we can see this by Israel's extremely high skin cancer rates that they receive there because you're not supposed to be there. I'm sorry. But when it comes to this election and Kamala Harris, I do want to say, first of all, that both parties are, of course, complicit in this genocide. Both are supporting Israel. Both are receiving AIPAC money, Israeli lobbyist money, and both are not here to help the Palestinians at all. However, there is kind of been this strain with the Democratic Party because the Democrats are seen as the more leftist party, the more for the people party. That's the sort of rhetoric that is around the Democratic Party. But at the end of the day, Palestinians and our lives are not up for debate. We're not here to be a sacrifice for the lesser of two evils. We're not going to vote for a candidate that supports genocide. That is the red line. If we still vote for a candidate that supports genocide, that means these candidates can do whatever they want without any interference with the amount of votes that they're going to get every election. And the other thing too is Kamala Harris has made it very clear that she does not want the Palestinian Arab or Arab vote. She does not want our vote. She didn't let any Palestinians speak at the DNC convention. She refuses to change her stance on Palestine and Israel. She very clearly doesn't want our vote. She even said she didn't welcome a Republican into her cabinet. Like, in my opinion, Kamala Harris is really trying to get those swing voters that are sometimes Democrat, sometimes Republican, rather than actually get true leftists in this country that are not willing to vote for her if she supports the bloodshed of probably, at this point, we're looking at over 100,000 killed Palestinians in Gaza. So that's really my thoughts on this election. I did not vote for Kamala Harris. I did not vote for Donald Trump. There will be no vote for genocide at all.
Yeah, what's interesting is that polls globally and as well in the US have shown that the majority of the population support a ceasefire, support an end to the genocide. Yet this doesn't seem to be added into the calculations when they decide what policy or what platform to run on. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because of AIPAC money, the Israeli lobby money. The Israeli lobby, AIPAC, is interfering with the US elections when they pay off politicians millions, billions of dollars, whatever it is, every election to support Israel. At that point, it's an interference. These people are making money off this. And this lobbyist group needs to be dismantled and shouldn't exist. It's really like, yeah, it's awful. It's awful.
Mm. Some have said that whilst they don't support the genocide, they want the genocide to end, they are pro-Palestinian. The current situation in which the Republicans and Donald Trump have a good chance of winning, it is in your strategic interest to vote for Kamala Harris in order to have someone in the office who you could potentially put some pressure on, as opposed to someone who said that he'd like to see Israel grow and become bigger on the map. Do you have any thoughts on that kind of statement?
I think that this is something we hear a lot from a lot of people that are voting Democrat is, oh, Trump always says he's going to finish the job. My question to this statement is, what is Trump going to do that the Democratic Party under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris haven't done? That's all we really have to see, because listen, I do not support Trump whatsoever, but what we're doing is putting more weight on the things Trump is saying rather than putting the weight on the actual actions that the Democrats are doing. So that's really how I look at it, honestly.
Mm, I see. And with regards to third-party candidates, when they've been coming in, someone like Jill Stein has been accused of being a single-party candidate, and people voting for her are then accused of being single-party voters. Also, not sorry, party, single-issue voters. So she's a
Mhm.
single-issue candidate, and they are single-issue voters. Kind of, what do you feel about that way of categorizing your refusal to endorse genocide?
So the other issue that we have in the US is this two-party system that we're stuck in and trapped in. And every election cycle, we're told vote blue no matter who, vote blue no matter who. And this is just not a viable solution anymore. And whether people disagree with third party or not, or Jill Stein or not, or whatever third party it is, honestly, um, we need to figure out a way to break this third party system. Because right now, Democrats and Republicans are here gloating that they can do whatever the hell they want and they're still going to get votes, and no one's going to interfere with this like two-party trap that we're stuck in. And because of this, I honestly believe that Democrats get more and more right every election. I mean, we see that they're literally funding a genocide this election, and people are still willing to vote for them. So what are they going to do next election? That everyone's still going to say vote blue no matter who. What are they going to do next time? You know? So it's just things to think about. So it is about like protesting what's going on in Palestine, which is not a single issue. The genocide of children, women, and men is not a single issue. These are people's lives. These are living beings. And our lives are not single issue things. These are real things. And the issue of Palestine goes into so many other issues. It's very intersectional, with the Congo and even like US politics as well. So it's just like important to recognize that, but it's really about disrupting this two-party system. And because we do this, it keeps the Democrats and the Republicans in check. Like if you want people's votes, you have to be better and you have to be worth voting for. You work for the people, you work for us. We shouldn't have to meet you down here. You should be meeting us up here. And that's how it should work. Politicians are serving, and they're service people essentially. You're supposed to help us. We're not supposed to just vote for the lesser of two evils. That's BS. And we really need people to start getting on board with this. And I think that we see a lot more support for third party this election than we've seen in previous elections. So this is really starting to happen. This is really starting to happen. And I honestly think Democrats are horrified because they tried suing Jill Stein in several other states, to get her off the ballot because they're afraid of her taking votes, I guess, even though the majority of people that vote green probably wouldn't have voted anyway. So, just some things to consider. And it's about breaking a system that doesn't work and that's, causing bloodshed.
Hmm. Trump has said on previous occasions, or rather, he's alluded to the fact that he may be more authoritarian this time around with this presidency if he wins. He's connected to Project 2025 in some ways, and he's even at one point said that you won't have to vote after this one. Like this will be the last time you need to vote, implying that somehow he's going to, I don't know, get rid of the the democratic system as it exists today. Are you not afraid of this Trump presidency?
Um, Honestly, I think Trump does a lot of talking. He does a lot of this, honestly. And I just think that either way, Democrat or Republican, it's really going to be the same trap. It's really just the way that they say it. And I also think that if there is this much fear over Trump taking away democracy, the Democrats should have probably been better and worth voting for.